Oh, dear.
Don't call it a comeback. Because we never left.
All right, feels like it. I'm going to regret this. Here's something I thought I'd honestly never say again, but welcome to episode 33 of the Oh Dear podcast, presented by Bo's Bar and Stage. You guessed it, after a year hiatus, we are back, and don't know how to feel about it, but I'm Ted Emmett, joined by Ryan Lund, Kevin Walsh, coworker Erin, and Andrew Russell. Almost all of us back together at Communal Creative Studios by Bo's for the first time in over a year on this, the 3-year anniversary of Oh Dear. So welcome to, I guess, the Oh Dear reunion episode, minus Dustin. Despite numerous efforts to make sure everyone could be here for this, Dustin couldn't join us tonight. His life has gotten a whole lot. We're on a podcast, but he's giving a thumbs down right now. His life has gotten a lot busier as of late for reasons you'll find out later too, as we, recap his life for him. We have no idea how much we're going to see of him moving forward on the podcast. He's going to make it as much as he can. My guess is maybe one.
And just so you know, Dustin is okay. He's not.
Oh, yeah.
He's not like dying or anything. He's okay. He just couldn't make it this time.
Yes.
And maybe next time.
And probably the time after that. So with that being said, Erin, welcome to the table again, coworker Erin. And your spot over on the couch is filled by the athlete / Uncle Meat, Kevin Strybosch. He's here with us tonight and is going to be a bigger part of Oh Dear moving forward. Because why not add more pieces to the puzzle instead of making it easier on myself? But for our first-time listeners, anyone who doesn't know, we call Kevin the athlete. That nickname speaks for itself. And as for Uncle Meat, I don't know if we want to get into that story. So go back to our 1 year of Oh Dear episode for context there. But Kevin, the athlete, Strybosch, whatever, we're going to have 2 Kevins now. Welcome back to the podcast. I think it's been since that episode that you've been on the mic. That's going to change. You've been a big part of the podcast behind the scenes for the last couple of years. So now you're going to be a bigger part as we move forward. So I guess we can all officially say welcome to Oh Dear and congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Everyone needs a backup plan, right?
Hey, just because you're not the first choice doesn't mean you're not the best choice, right? But maybe tell our, I like that. Maybe tell our tens of listeners a bit about yourself, what you do and all that crap.
Sure. So I'm originally born and raised in Calgary.
Well, don't go that far back.
Okay.
Just give us the last year. Yeah.
Okay. So in the past year, I have switched jobs. So originally I worked with Erin and Ted, but they left the job. And therefore, by the rules of friendship, I also had to leave that job. I was actually really lucky that former / current podcaster Dustin Moore came to me with an awesome opportunity with his now old job, which I'm sure we'll get into later, with the Blackfalds Bulldogs. So they had an opportunity for me where they were opening up a new training facility for the team to use. And then they also wanted it to be open to the public as a new sort of arm to their business. And so I was fortunate enough to meet with the owners and get hired to essentially run that new training facility. So that's what I've been doing since about March of this year. So it's been a pretty busy year, but it's been really good at the same time.
Nice. What do you bench?
I don't bench much anymore because about 4 years ago, I was doing bench press and tore my pec. Wow. Which is not fun. That's about a 4 to 6 month recovery. And after that, you kind of get a little bit of PTSD and don't really want to lift that much anymore. So
how often do you have to make that motion in real life anyways?
That's a good point. Yeah. It's not a common motion. It's honestly just more so for flexing on people.
Yeah. And that was your first, I think that was the day before Erin started at Hockey Alberta too. And you started your new position working in communications with us. And then you just didn't come to work for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I believe Erin started on the Monday or the Tuesday, and it was the next day that I tore my pec, and all of a sudden, that's how our friendship started.
But that's how I knew I was going to be friends with you guys, because you were taking stuff to the hospital for him and being really nice, and I was like, oh, these guys are nice guys. I'm going to say terrible things to them, and we're going to be friends.
Yep, pulled the wool over your eyes. Anyways, again, welcome the athlete, Strybosch. We'll work on what to call you, whatever works. You're Walsh anyways. If anyone says Kevin, just assume we're talking to the athlete. But very excited to not only be back at Communal Creative Studios by Bose, we're reunited with Riley again. It's been a long time. It's been even longer since Ryan and Riley have both been here. But again, Christmas time at Bose, Ryan couldn't be here. But Riley, you're doing work over there. But thanks for having us again. We brought your hype man back for you, yeah. So we do have a lot to talk about in this episode, including a very cool announcement we made with Bose Bar and Stage just a few days ago. We'll get into everyone's like how I spent my summer vacation essays in a few minutes. But first, I just want to go around the horn. How is everyone feeling being back here?
I'm a little constipated, but I'll get through it.
Full of shit is basically what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Hey, you still got it. Yeah, nice.
I've been thinking of that for a year. Was that it?
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's how I'm feeling.
I'm really excited. It felt like coming home, coming back here. So this is, I think this is going to be great for all of us, except for maybe you, Ted.
Yeah, and Dustin.
Yeah.
He's Dustin, we know you're listening to this episode right now and your FOMO's at a 12 out of 10 right now. We just know it.
When I walked through the doors into the studio, the first thought I had was that purple chip that we ate the last time we were here. It's scarred into my memory. And then I was in Costco the other day and saw that there's like this massive recall on it, which I don't know why who is buying Costco packages size of those chips?
In bulk? Oh my God.
Influencers, yeah.
You know why there's a
TikTok
recall?
Stars.
Because someone died from eating that chip.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ted.
We could have died.
Boy,
because
hey,
of a stupid podcast.
I didn't bring it.
Thanks
Yeah, but what a way to
Aaron.
go.
We got dozens of views on the video.
Yeah, we did.
Man, my stomach was so sore from all the milk I had to chug.
Yeah.
Oh, like that was one of the worst decisions that we did.
Yeah.
Was to eat it.
Well, I know
spicy
Walsh had
chip.
the PTSD from that bad. I remember talking to Lund the next day and he was complaining about his stomach from the chip. I said, well, you drank about 4 liters of white milk.
I think I successfully did the milk challenge by accident after eating the chip.
And you're still constipated a year later.
Oh, man, it all makes sense. Oh.
All right, well, on that note, we'll go back over to the couch. Perennial couch person, Andrew Russell. I know you're happy to be back because this is kind of the only way you can drink beer with your friends now.
Yeah, I guess I'm happy to be back. Honestly, it doesn't even feel like it's been a year since we left, but my life is so chaotic in general that, I think I've seen you guys about 3 times in the past year. So, yeah, happy to be back. Happy to be able to drink beer with my friends once a month. So
I'll just keep the checks coming in and we'll keep it that way.
Did he pay yet?
No, he hasn't paid.
He's here for free. Okay, you get 1 freebie, buddy. This is
if I pay, I'm coming up to the table.
Yeah. Like I said, this is an informal episode, though. This is just to catch up on what we've all been up to, some things that have gone down in the past year, but I'll put it out here right off the hop. We're not going to trick you and say this is just a reunion episode. We are back. We're going to do 1 episode a month in 2024 and see how it goes, and kind of, again, why we have the athlete in the mix now, too. We're just going to pick a date. We're going to record, and whoever can show up. And that's really your problem as the listener, not ours.
So send your applications in. We're looking for fellow podcasters. We won't say no to anybody.
We won't say no to anybody with a check. Right, Andrew?
Hey, I mean, whatever works, right?
But this episode, like I said, very fitting, coming out on the 3-year anniversary of the very first episode of Oh Dear. So happy anniversary, everyone. It's also the anniversary of our quote-unquote last episode, so there's that too. But I do want to say, because I know many people thought when we ended things last year that they knew we would be back eventually. People told me, no, Ted, I knew you were just doing that as a stunt. I hope everyone can agree that when we ended this podcast, I was so done. I never wanted to hear the word podcast again, but here we are.
I agree with you, Ted. We were all, I think, in the same spot where we were just kind of done. Obviously, I think things have changed for a lot of us, and I know we'll get into it, but I think just like highlights the importance of mental health.
Yeah.
Right? What you just said. So yeah, we all left on good terms and thought that was it. And here we are.
And I mean, it's shout out to Dustin, who relentlessly from the day we ended was in my ear trying to get the podcast going. And also, I will give a shout out. We'll talk about him later. But Scott Robinson with the Red Deer Chamber. Yeah, that's a thumbs up, Lund. You're a little late on the Dustin thumbs down. But the Red Deer Chamber of Commerce kind of sat down with us a couple times and just said, how do we get you guys back? And he finally convinced me that, okay, we can still have some fun doing this. So here we go. I guess this is what we do anyways. I don't know why I wrote this, but here comes a whole lot of talking about ourselves, because a lot has changed in a year though for everyone. Some big life changes, career changes, new business ventures. Let's start with someone who saw a major addition in their life in the past year. Lund, I saw you bought a new frying pan.
Yeah, I saw an infomercial at like 2 a.m. and I just had to have it. It's one of those diamond ones, so you know it's good. I think I overpaid, but the results have been pretty good so far. I'm pretty fucking happy.
I didn't expect you to roll with that joke, especially because you didn't even buy a new frying pan. I just made that up to throw coworker Erin off. But coworker Erin, you and your husband Griff welcomed your first child in the summer. Beautiful baby girl. How that I don't ever want to hold, but you make me do it anyways. How has motherhood been so far?
It's been great, actually. So I was about 6 weeks pregnant when we filmed our last episode. Nobody knew but my parents and Griff. And then Ted, you knew because he offered me a drink and I said, I won't be having that tonight. And he said, tonight or for a long time? And I said, for a long time.
And it's here. I saved it from the last podcast, the gin squeeze that we ordered for you. And Erin is drinking it a year later.
I know. Full circle.
Nice.
So yes, we had our little girl, Mackenzie, July 7th. We've been so lucky. I had an incredibly easy pregnancy. Our delivery went really smoothly here in Red Deer. If I ever see my anesthesiologist again, I will kiss her on the mouth if she consents, because she was wonderful. And we have a wonderful, healthy, amazing 5-month-old little girl who has eased us into parenthood in a way that I was actually not prepared for. She sleeps, she eats, and is wonderful and smiley and goes to all of her uncles very happily and has just been an absolute joy. So a lot of big changes, and I'm on maternity leave right now, so I'm a coworker to no one.
Oh yeah, maternity leave, Erin. Right, we were going to call you that. Yeah.
Doesn't roll off the tongue quite the same way.
But just Erin, I guess.
Yes.
I guess you find after 2 years you've earned just your name.
I don't know.
You got a lot of work to do there, Uncle Meat.
I still like coworker Erin.
All right. Well,
Matt leave Erin.
Yeah. Matt leave Erin. There you go. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just keep going around this circle here. Like I said, this is how I spent my summer vacation essay they used to do in school. But in a few minutes, everyone just attempt to sum up their last year with a few highlights. Okay, so Lund, we'll talk about the big life change, the actual one, a little bit in depth. You could touch on it, but take us through your year, because it's been a roller coaster too.
He's also not dying. Dustin and Lund are fine.
Yeah, I feel like you're setting this up to like...
This better be a pretty good fucking story.
To, like, really
what do you guys take what a big life change? The roller coaster.
You make it sound serious.
No. It is. Life is serious.
Yes. Wow. You've changed, man. You've really changed. I guess two major changes for me. One, I did purchase a bowling alley, which I'll get into in a little bit. The second big change for me is I'm taking some time off from work now, so I am currently unemployed. Besides,
you're Lund employed.
You're fun employed.
Oh, I kind of like Lund employed. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Lund Enterprises.
Yeah.
So I've got some free time. I'm not on mat leave, but it's basically the same thing.
He's on sat leave because that's all he's done so far.
You can babysit anytime you want.
Yeah.
Well, I'll bring a baby over. Uncle Bobcat, he's ready.
Basically the same thing. Hey, Erin?
Basically the same thing. So it's been nice the last month and a half. Just been trying to catch up on my sleep. Okay, pump your brakes, Kevin.
Sounds like Matt
Walsh.
leave.
Yeah. I told you it's basically the same thing. I get to do a lot of things I didn't have time for before. Thinking about working out. I've been thinking about it, and I'm very close.
You got a guy who runs a gym over to your right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and talk to him, see if he can give me a deal.
Yeah.
And I'm going on a vacation here later in December. So, but yeah, big two things: bought a bowling alley, lost my job.
And still no frying pan.
Oh yeah, that frying pan story was bullshit earlier. I don't know why I lie about that sort of stuff. I'm so sorry.
Okay, before we move on, Strybosch, in the new year, maybe a New Year's resolution, how do you feel about doing like a 6-week training? Because I talked to you about this too, like a 6-week fitness journey train me and Lund like a half hour 3 times a week and see which of us gets fitter
Or shows up.
or shows up. Yeah.
Or like maybe like a day.
Showing up is definitely the first step.
Okay, Lund, we'll start with 1 day.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's a great idea. Based on the look on Lund's face right now, I don't think he's convinced.
No, I'm in. I'll do it.
We'll put something on the line to really make you like you do need motivation when you're starting working out again. I've learned. So like something on the line.
Yeah, because we totally follow through on all those things.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of. We got to talk about that later too. But okay,
Well, let's not put
Getting
anything
fit with
on the
Uncle
record.
Meat.
Let's just say we'll talk about it on New Year's Eve. Oh yeah. The bowling alley I just mentioned before that we purchased. We are having a New Year's Eve party, so get your tickets now.
all right, on to Walsh.
Oh man, where to start after that?
Yeah, just start talking and then you'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Did you buy business or have a baby?
No, I did neither of those
Oh.
things,
Okay.
but I did change jobs again. So there's that.
Nice.
So back in May, I decided that I was basically just unhappy in what I was doing and decided to go back in June to a job at M&P, which is an accounting firm that I was at for 13 years up to early 2020. So kind of before the podcast started. Basically, the short version of the story is I took a 3.5-year journey to realize the grass isn't greener on the other side, and kind of goes back to that mental health concept of I just wasn't happy. And I decided I needed to go back to a place where was like family to me and happy and doing what I love and being good at it. So I decided to make that change and things have been great since then. So nothing against my old employer or anything like that. It was just kind of the role I was in wasn't for me. And yeah, so it's been busy between that and now, 3 kids and my youngest is in hockey and my wife's back at work teaching. So our life is chaotic, but I'm glad I'm able to make some time for this. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be back and I look forward to having some laughs.
And hey, glad you're happy too,
Yes.
right? Lund, I hit you way too hard.
That's where I got my COVID shot and that's where I got my COVID. Oh my god.
If that ain't a sign.
Can I use this as an advertisement?
Before.
Do you break stools
what?
regularly?
Exactly 1 year ago, I broke a stool the same way.
Man, you gotta talk to the
If you just-
manufacturer.
If you just flip it back the other way, it should be fine.
Oh yeah, let's flip up. No, I'm not sitting. Oh. All right, Kev, I'm in.
Lord. yeah, there. That's why Strybosch was in here.
Yeah, I know how
Saw
you're
that.
trying to get new clients.
You know what? I've been there, Lund. Boy, that took a turn quick. I smacked you.
I can't remember what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say that the grass is greener where you water it as a nice like end to Walsh's story, but now we're way past that.
Yeah, and I was gonna say you hit me on the same shoulder. I had my COVID shot and my flu shot like 2 days ago.
Why did they do both in the same one?
So I only have one bum shoulder.
No,
That way I'm not walking around like
I don't know.
That is great podcasting.
You know what? Yeah, at least there's the sound effect of the jingle on his Christmas sweater has a bell on it. Hey, let's jump over to the couch again. Kevin kind of told us about his year, so Andrew, I have a feeling this is going to be really short, but how was your year?
Steady Eddie, buddy.
nice. Thanks, Andrew. All right.
No career changes here. Didn't have any more kids. I bought a mountain bike.
Oh.
I got in shape, so I lost 20 pounds, then I gained 20 pounds.
Were you not in shape?
I was not in shape, and I lost 20 pounds of, well, not all fat, and then put on 20 pounds of muscle. So that's it. Bought a mountain bike, got in shape.
You took us to see a few houses, and thank you for letting us kick tires. But
Yeah,
one day we'll buy.
Always a pleasure to spend time with you, Erin.
Well, this is kind of an informal. You're getting this one for free, but like, how was the housing market over the last year? Because we haven't talked about it, and we haven't really talked to you, so I have no idea.
It was an interesting year for sure. It was sort of like 2022, which was crazy, but really short on inventory. Super short on inventory. We've had 200,000 people move into Alberta in the last year and a bit.
Like just you moved all those people.
Yes, it's been a very
That's
profitable year for me.
Yeah,
I've actually retired.
Up that sponsorship.
I'm
package.
extremely wealthy now, and no, so there's been massive amounts of people moving here, and so there's really not much for sale, which is really complicated things actually, because people want to buy, but there's just nothing for them to buy. People want to rent, and there's absolutely nothing for them to rent. So it is getting hard to find housing. Total guesstimate, and I could be completely wrong, but I do think things are going to kind of normalize and slow down a little bit in 2024. I think our inventory levels are going to creep up a bit, unless we see the interest rates come down, in which case I think it's going to all go batshit crazy again. But yeah, good time to live in Alberta. The economy's good. Lots of people want to be here, and cost of living is fractional compared to some of the other places. So,
Well, I didn't listen to any of that, but I'm sure a lot of people found it useful.
Just remember the Zatilny Marshall family motto: no new horses and no new houses until you're done maternity leave.
Yeah, Lund.
Oh, I like it. Words to live by.
Yeah,
do you have one of those stickers that you like put in your house on the wall? that
I
says that?
should. I write it on the mirror.
Next to the
Just-
live, laugh, love one.
Hey, Andrew, any idea on the number of those new to Alberta that are in Red Deer?
No, they have not produced those stats specifically. I do know, so 61% of the people that came in are international immigrants, and 31% are from other provinces, largely BC and Ontario. And the other 8% was, that's right on my math, was just natural birth and death, basically. But so the large portion of that international population has gone to Calgary.
All right. Well, I think we're all caught up, unless anyone have anything else that they forgot that happened. We have a lot of specific things to talk about too. But
There's one thing I think we all forgot to mention. Dustin had his birthday in May.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday,
Oh,
Dustin.
yeah.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah.
and Lund had 15 birthdays in 2023.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that.
I aged
You lied to so many
much.
people.
This is my favorite friendship moment between the two of you.
When did it start? I can't pinpoint when it started.
Super Bowl.
Of this year? Or
Yeah. When I was basically, some of you have been to maybe multiple events where I've emceed and it's been Lund's birthday, or you've just been to one and you thought it was Lund's birthday. But I decided, I think it was Super Bowl. I was emceeing it, the radio station, 106.7 Rewind Radio. My boss said I had to throw that in if we start the podcast again. That's the rule. Monday to Friday, 6 to 10, the morning rewind with Matt and Ted. Anyways.
Yeah, so anytime Ted emceed an event, the inside joke was that he would get the entire audience to sing me happy birthday. And then the real kind of knife in the back is he would put that drink on my tab. And I thought it was going to happen once or twice, and haha, it was 15 fucking times this year. And the worst one, we were at Oktoberfest, and anyone that went to Oktoberfest, they give you a full liter of beer in those giant Oktoberfest mugs. And
Stein, yeah.
In those Steins.
Yeah, visual, yeah.
And I had just finished one and got a brand new one. And Ted was just finishing up his speech, and he goes, "Oh yeah, by the way." And as soon as he said that, I knew he was going to wish me happy birthday. So he had me stand up on my chair and chug my beer.
There's 1,500 people probably,
yeah,
right?
There was over 1,000 people singing happy birthday to me, watch me chug this Stein. I got about 3/4, maybe a little bit more than 3/4 done. And there was no room left in my stomach. And then I proceeded to get booed by a room full of
in the middle of happy birthday.
Of 1,000 people. And I was just looking I was just worried about puking at that point. So I didn't care about the booze. But that was probably the worst.
Yeah.
The worst happy birthday I've had.
I went over after, and Lund was sitting there. Dustin was rubbing Lund's back, and he was staring at the table, and he was in a cold sweat, and his face was so white. I said, "Lund, how you doing?" And he just looked at me with a blank stare and shook his head.
Yeah.
Dustin says, "Yeah, he's not doing so good." I've never heard anyone get booed in the middle of their own happy birthday before. Almost everyone, all but 10 people there, didn't know it wasn't your birthday, and they still booed you.
And so I can handle the booze. I don't mind the booze. But the worst part is when I go to the bathroom and people individually ask me, "Oh yeah, is it really happy birthday? When is it really your birthday?" And then I have to break the news to them that no, you've been conned. And he's singing me a fake happy birthday song. It looks like I've just ripped out their soul or stolen their child or something.
One guy got really mad at you, didn't he?
Yeah, he was really offended. He wanted to fight too because
you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
you shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't have done that, man. I didn't. It was Ted. But anyway, so I'm glad it's over now. I think we're done with that bit.
Yeah.
And
you know when it started actually was our listener appreciation party.
Oh, last
we made you do a shot. Yeah, last January.
Yeah, okay. So just before Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes. So haha, good joke.
You know what? Between all the 12 of us that actually knew, it really was the best joke. And then I could tell other people at an event would be looking at me every time I went up, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? And we had an event at the Gutter in November, and it was actually 3 different people's birthday, Walsh, including your wife. Mm-hmm. So every time I'd say we'd have a birthday, and I could see Lund just go, oh, fuck. And then I got him at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least those were regular beers though, and I could actually finish it.
Dustin sent me a few things to say about his year. And by a few, I mean like a whole list. But honestly, most of them are boring. Like, Dustin, no one cares that you went camping a lot. No one cares that you lost at the Chubs. Okay, people care that your grandma turned 99. I think that's pretty cool. And I know that was recently as well. And he did have 2 major life changes, like Strybosch alluded to there. In the summer, he left his job with the Bulldogs Foundation, took a position with the Outreach Center as a fundraising coordinator, basically a party planner, which is like what he's born to do. That's pretty big. And of course, he's also now a business owner. So I guess we'll roll into Lund there for that one.
Yeah. So this summer, me and Dustin became investors in the new bowling alley in town called The Gutter. It's been open for a few months now, and we have just been thrilled with how busy it's been. I think it's kind of exceeded our expectations so far. The Christmas party demand has been through the roof. We kind of knew that Red Deer needed a space like this just because with all the bars and all the kind of indoor entertainment facilities have kind of left the city. So now that's kind of what we want The Gutter to be. We want it to become a destination where families and friends and coworkers can just go and blow off steam, and you can bowl if you want to. You don't have to, but I know for myself, I have zero skill at bowling. I didn't bowl a whole lot growing up except at birthday parties. I bowled a lot at this alley that we purchased, and it really hadn't changed at all since I was a kid. So we did some renos. We have a kitchen in there. We were serving some delicious pizza called Rare Pizza. Been getting a lot of really, really positive feedback. And yeah, no, it's been fun being a co-owner of a bowling alley. I mean, if you would have asked me even last year, Ryan, what type of sport do you want to get involved in? Bowling wouldn't have been number 1, but it probably would have been in my top 10. So yeah, so I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty happy. I'm sure. I can't speak to Dustin, but I will. But he's fucking psyched too.
Yeah. And that's again, that's part of why, you know, Dustin's got that on his plate now too. But I will say, it's like he's here. I will say, just for all of us, you know, people ask me a lot because I've been down there helping you guys a lot. They say, Ted, are you an investor too? And for me, it's just emotionally, because it has been pretty cool. I think, you know, anytime something new and exciting comes to Red Deer, but to see so many people close to us doing it too, and you guys going in with obviously the mindset that you want to make money off of it, but also everything I watched you guys talk about was like, what are people going to like the best? And it was always what's best for the customer, which I think is really cool. And it's just the whole ownership group is all community-minded people as well, right? So it's been, other than the fact that you roped us into a bowling league and I want to burn that place down every Sunday from 11 to 1, I think, yeah, it's been awesome. And it's been cool though watching, especially you kind of just take on something new as well. And you guys have really invested a lot of time and energy into it. And if you haven't yet, go to The Gutter.
Best pizza in town, for sure.
You guys got a Pizza Hut in there?
So Ted, I echo your comments. I've been helping you guys out kind of from the start with just even moving all the shit out of there.
And we do appreciate it.
Yeah,
it was a lot. Oh my
it was
God.
a lot, but they gave us lots of free pizza and beer, so it was all worth it.
And I found a shirt.
Yeah, we found a couple relics, let's say, in those storage rooms.
We got to eat all those old nachos.
And mini donuts.
Yeah.
But I do have to say the biggest difference, like everything about it is awesome. You see me there, I'm there all the time. So I quite like the place. But you walk down the stairs and before it was like this musty smell and it was like you were in a dungeon and there was no music playing and it's dark and dingy. And
it
now
was the place that Red Deer forgot.
Yeah,
honestly,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And now you walk down and it's always busy. People are laughing. There's music going and it smells like damn good pizza. Like the vibe is great. So if you haven't checked it out yet, you will not be disappointed.
Yeah, good job overpowering the feet smell with pizza smell. That's a tough thing to do.
It is. Yeah. It really is because the shoes are right by the stairs too. And I've been on shoe duty a few nights there. And I have cleaned over 1,000 pairs of shoes at that alley already. Wow. And I have so much more respect for the people that do that around the world. You don't realize how many pairs of shoes change hand in a 12-hour period. And like the smell of those shoes, like we're lucky we bought new shoes, but even some of those newer shoes some people have very smelly feet. I'll just leave it at that.
That smell doesn't go away. Smell his fingers, right? It doesn't go away. I did earlier. It was terrible.
Don't worry, people. They're being cleaned
They're
thoroughly.
clean, yeah.
The same people handling your shoes are not touching the pizza. They do not let me anywhere near the pizza. I'll let you guys know that.
Yeah, I think we'll just talk about it because it's so exciting. You guys are what, 2.5, 3 months in now, something like that?
Yeah, 2.5.
I think the other neat part about it is because you all have such a big network as well, it's just another place. It's nice to go places where you can support people you know and see people you know. And I think, again, for people even, let's say, listening to this podcast who have never met you, might go to the gutter just because, hey, those guys own it now.
I think it's great that every Sunday people can come watch us eat garlic fingers and suck at bowling. And that's something.
Erin, you've been bowling in the Sunday League for like 8 weeks now. And every time you have a bad shot, you turn around and yell, I'm going to burn this fucking place to the ground.
That's every goddamn shot, though, is a bad shot.
Yeah.
But it made you check your insurance and get that up to date.
Yeah, the last time I thought you were serious, so I had to double check we had the appropriate insurance, which we do. But that doesn't give you the right to burn it to the ground if you get a gutter ball.
I don't like being so bad at something that I have been doing since I was a child. And I just think that if you were really a friend, you would do something to make me better at bowling.
I think we're going to put you on the bumper lanes next time.
Those things are hot though. Like they bounce. Like
It picks up speed when you hit it.
I still see gutter balls at the end. There's a lot of like kids suck at bowling too, so they still get gutter balls. But you know who is good at bowling is the athlete, and nobody thinks that's cool. So I mean.
True, but he's on our team, so we'll take it.
Yeah, we will take it.
One more thing that I love about the gutter, on top of many things, is before you guys opened, I had maybe played 10-pin once in my life at the old Bolodrome, if people remember that downtown. And now that's all I want to play. I used to be scared of my fingers getting stuck in the holes and like pulling not Fred, what's his buddy's name?
Barney.
Barney Rubble.
Wasn't
there? I seem to remember episodes where he's throwing the ball and his finger's stuck, and then he's like halfway down.
He goes all the way down,
and he still gets a strike.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
hey, a strike's a strike.
anyways, I found the right balls. 10-pin is all about ball size and hole size
and life,
just like life.
Yeah. All right, so that catching up is done, but we still have a lot of other catching up to do. I want to start this, I guess, new era of Oh Dear, the same way we wrapped it up last year, though, with a round of Ask Us Anything. Unsurprisingly, not a huge uptick on social media for this, because people are probably thinking, why are you posting this? Like, how bored are you guys? But we did get some, mostly almost all anonymous questions, but this is, and you can answer for someone, or if you think it's you can answer this, but who had the best 2023?
I'm super, because we've seen each other obviously in the last year and had lots of time for friendship. I'm really happy with the growth that I think I've seen in all of us, the changes we've made in our lives for the better, the steps that we've taken to be better, healthier, happier people. I think we're coming to this podcast like pretty good vibes.
Okay, but you have to pick one person.
Oh, me. I had a baby.
Yeah,
She's great.
All right.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you agree with Erin? Yeah, I think so too. I think, I don't know. I had a pretty good year though. I didn't wrap up my year, did I?
She funneled a new life form into the world. What did you do?
I did a lot of different things.
He lost like more than a baby's weight.
I lost like
weight.
50 pounds.
You did.
That's like a 9-year-old, man. Good for you.
But it made me realize I didn't actually recap my year, because I did, thankfully, like, again, I got my shit together. The reason we ended the podcast was like I was just kept gaining weight. My mental health was bad. I got all that in order. I went skydiving with the military. That was pretty. This is not me making my case for having the best year. I just forgot to recap my year. Yeah. Well, now I'm drawing a blank, but I don't know. I got to MC a whole lot more gigs. Like I just put more time. Obviously, got a little more comfortable in my job. But I ran a 10K again in May. That was pretty cool, and went out to Nova Scotia, ran a 5K out there after going on the red-eye flight. So yeah, I guess I did not push a baby out of me, but I still had a good year. But I would agree Erin had the best 2023, especially because her baby is I don't even think a real baby.
I know, she's very good and very cute. We're very lucky. And hey, you're a cool guy doing cool guy stuff. So that's good too.
Oh yeah, I got divorced this year too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there we go. Looks like Ted had the best year now.
Yeah.
Suck it, Erin.
Fair.
I think Kevin, the athlete, wants to throw his hat in the ring for best year. Can you top that, Kev?
You can almost. You had a baby.
Well, I did not push a human out of me.
True.
Next
But-
year, man. Next year.
I did acquire a puppy, so that was very exciting.
How
And
did,
it's-
you bought one.
How
You
did
bought one.
How did you acquire one?
No one
Oh yeah,
pushed-
sorry.
yeah.
I bought a puppy, yes. And he is very cute and he is a lot of work.
I think you
Just-
might cry more than my human baby.
I didn't get to go on mat leave, which is
That's a sham, man.
Yeah.
You should have.
yeah, unfair really. I went on a 2.5 week trip to Europe and I also ran a marathon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That just makes you a psychopath and a piece of shit
But
at the
Ted-
same time.
Good job on your 5K.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's 5K, 10K is what normal people run.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sounds like Ted as your trainer would be more your speed than Kevin.
Yeah, I think so. I'll start with Ted. Work
Yeah.
my way up to Kevin.
I don't know. I might be harder on you than Kevin because I don't care what you think of me. And Kevin might still want to be your friend after.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna scrap the whole thing. It's not worth it.
You know what? We're bringing that stool home and mounting it on the wall. So right by the fridge.
Yeah, and he just says, "You did this."
It's nice that you both have broken
Yeah, we
stools
did,
that you're
yeah.
responsible
It was
for.
broken. It was broken before I sat down.
Guess what? When I broke that stool, I was 265 pounds, and now I'm 50 pounds lighter.
Oh,
Look at
okay,
this.
So you're
Look at
saying,
this.
oh, that's risky.
Yeah,
That
I
is
wouldn't have done
risky.
this a year ago. We'll go back to these questions here. This is an easy one. Who is the best bowler?
I would say the athlete's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
She got a turkey.
It's true.
A couple times.
Yeah,
I would say
we're not talking about her getting Kevin.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Gobble,
right
gobble,
there.
gobble,
Yeah.
Kevin.
I think it's Dustin.
I think it's Dustin too. I've seen him bowl some incredible games over the last couple months, and
He was in a bowling league growing up, so I feel like he has
Yeah.
an unfair advantage.
well, no, he's just had proper training, is all.
Dustin will go from bowling like 225 to like 110 though. And I just have no idea how he does that.
True.
But it's actually kind of impressive, to be honest.
I know it's because he can't focus for more than 5 seconds on stuff sometimes. So even though throwing a bowling ball is like 10 seconds, he just can't do it.
Not only that, but he doesn't care. A lot of us care every
True.
time, and we line up and we care. He just goes, and he's again, he's a piece of shit too because he's such a natural athlete. He's good at like every game ever, every like mini game type of thing too. He wins everything. So yeah, he doesn't even have to try to be good at bowling. And I think it's when he starts to try is when he does bad. He tried to come tonight, and then he didn't.
Yeah.
So don't try.
Hey, I will
Just
say
do.
in beer league hockey, I have seen that guy back check more this past 2 games than I've seen in like
Oh, don't tell Brent
7
Sutter
years.
that. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah, Brent. Well, I think back then Morsey was trying hard, but yeah, it's nice to see him.
He
It's
was
nice.
-1 in 07. He wasn't trying that hard.
Mm.
He had like 50 points.
Well, I'm just glad that he comes back past the
Yeah.
blue line these days. So
As someone on the other team, we have noticed, like we talk about it in the dressing room, that Dustin actually back checks this year.
he's actually drawing quite a few penalties because he's back checking and guys are trying to stop him, and he's a freaking bull out there when he gets going. So yeah, in the dressing room at halftime the other.
Thanks for trying not to be a distraction with your little jingle bell on your...
It's like a cat letting the birds know where it's at in the neighborhood.
Last week at hockey at halftime, Dustin, I commented, I gave him a compliment about how hard he was skating. Right, Lundy? You can
Yeah, he
agree.
never skates hard. That's
But he has been.
yeah. I know.
And he, as he smacks a beer on his skate to then shotgun it halfway through the game,
That was
he
pretty
tells
cool.
us
That's
that
pretty cool,
he's.
actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But then he finishes the shotgun and tells us that he's trying to get in shape.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
then he got a hat trick. So
All right. Well, that answers that question, and then a whole bunch more that no one asked. The next one, Lund and Ted still living together? Well, we answered that. We might actually answer this later when we talk about some of the things we've done this year. Who smells the worst after a night out at Bo's? I think it depends on the night.
Yeah, it depends what music's playing, I think.
You know what? It's probably me no matter what because I sweat a lot.
I don't know. We're adult people with good hygiene. I feel like we all smell great.
Yeah. Okay, maybe the next morning.
That I can't comment on.
Yeah.
oh, if you're
Is
on
it
the
dependent
dance,
on whether Ted is emceeing it or not?
Yeah, I feel like you're more like you probably
Oh, yeah.
you probably don't smell as bad when
Yeah.
you MCs.
No, I just stink
Right.
at emceeing. But
Right.
no, actually, I do a pretty good job. So if anyone's hiring, get at me. Slide into my DMs. Self-promotion, right? That's what 2024 is going to be all about. I feel like Andrew wrote this. Why can't any of you grow a beard as lush and thick as Andrew's?
That's a great
It's
question.
looking pretty gray over there, though.
That's distinguishment.
it's
Yeah.
wisdom.
Is distinguishment a word?
It is now, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
do you treat your beard at all, or is it just trim?
On special
Like,
occasions.
do you have like,
it's
beard oil?
It's a
You-
full-on hair care routine, Lund. It's like
it is.
shampoo, conditioner, oil.
conditioner.
Absolutely.
Oh wow!
Like, I don't know, I feel kind of slighted because I know, Walsh, you always have like a nice short, like trimmed beard. It's not lush and thick, but I think you choose for it to be that way.
Yeah, I don't spend time doing all that
No.
stuff. I just trim
Just
every
use
once
the
in a while.
trimmer.
Yeah.
What about you, Ted? What's your secret sauce?
The same thing I do, like the beard oil. A brush or a comb goes a long way too if you have a bit longer. And then every once in a while, I go get like a professional, like a barber to do all the, like recut the lines and that. But I thought I was doing good with my beard, but apparently not.
You're no Andrew.
No, but you know what? That's fine.
Aaron, what's your secret with your beard?
Oh,
She doesn't even take care of her hair.
I was just going to say,
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
when I was pregnant, up until 3 months postpartum, I had the most gorgeous, thick, luscious hair of my entire life. And then it all falls out. And I hate it. And I don't want to talk about my hair because now it's not a funny joke. It's mean because it's terrible.
Oh, okay.
God, Ted, you jerk.
I am losing over 400 strands of hair a day statistically.
Oh, I was
You've
just saying, are you
been
counting?
counting
If there's any plumbers out there who would like to
Yeah.
sponsor the Oh Dear podcast,
Honestly.
If it makes you feel better, Aaron, I lose a ton of hair every day.
No,
and
you
I
lose
got-
100 strands of hair a
No,
day.
I probably lose more than that.
Your wig looks great.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did go to Masterpiece Salon and they cut it into
Nice.
a little more shape for me.
It doesn't look bad now that you made me feel like the biggest piece of shit. I was just trying to bring some continuity from the jokes you used
Sorry,
to make.
no.
Okay, guys, no more hair jokes.
Oh, now then I'll know
When
it's
Aaron's
really
in the room.
bad.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well, I don't know what to do.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna live by that.
Uncle Meat over there actually asked the only non-anonymous question before we asked him to come fill in on the podcast. First, he said, "Are we ever bringing the podcast back?" Yes. But then he asked who would win in an arm wrestling match between Lund and I. Lund, which arm is your COVID arm?
Left.
Okay, so you, I would already say Lund.
Yeah, I'd say Lund too.
Is that how we're going to decide the end of the fitness challenge?
If it's a tie,
Yes.
that'll be the tiebreaker. If it's a
Like
tie.
I've been lifting weight, doing all that for like a year, and I still think it's Lund. I think is just
I just have strong
just
elbows.
stronger. Yeah.
So you think that you and Ted are going to go through a 6-week fitness challenge and then you're going to be tied
Yeah.
at the end?
Yeah.
And arm wrestle.
That everyone
Yeah.
wins.
For the win.
All right.
Yeah, that's how
The
it's
whole
gonna-
6 weeks will just be
I've
us
s-
trying to win an arm wrestling match.
Kev, I've seen the script.
Does anyone not think Lund? Because I think that's a consensus.
Yeah, no,
just
I'll give
say.
it to Lund.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Maybe one day we'll do it.
Yeah.
But I'll
Yeah,
wait till you
sure.
get a COVID shot in your
Hey.
right arm.
20 years ago, he was Athlete of the Year.
hmm
That would be almost 20 years
19.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh,
Oh yeah. For any graduates of Notre Dame 2004, if we're looking for a 20th year reunion spot, the gutter is open. We have the space, we have the food, we have the drinks.
Sounds like you have a
yep.
party planner and Dustin Moore.
yeah.
What more do you need?
Contact Dustin if you're interested.
This one, and I knew this was coming, but we'll just add, did Ted finally find a girlfriend? No.
Currently or throughout? Have you been single this whole time? That's a no.
I mean,
Single-ish.
Ted's been.
Yeah, I will say, I
Ted's
put
been plowing chicks. Just nonstop, all hours of the night.
Man, you
I'm trying to get some sleep.
you
The
said you deleted
doorbell's
those videos off your
Doorbell's
phone.
just going off nonstop. God, I don't know how he finds the time.
So, like,
I'll say just Lund. You know what? I've been out dating, and again, I took the time to focus on getting healthy. And you know what? I lost the weight. You're feeling more confident, and I was just more, I guess, open to dating. And you know what? I went on a lot of great dates. Just nothing stuck.
Who was your favorite first date that you went on this year?
Oh, I'm not
Name-
saying that.
Name
No,
her
no.
first name, last name, and address.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Why are you looking?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But no, I did not find a girlfriend. But it's because I'm looking, but I'm also very content being single.
You'll get her. You'll
And
get
someone
her.
else asked, "Are you looking to date anyone?" And I don't know who that was directed at, but I'll just say the same thing I always say: DMs are open. I just want to clarify in case what Lund said makes it. I am not a womanizer.
Hey, We are not here to shame.
No.
If you are safe and responsible and respectful and everybody
Yeah.
is a consenting adult,
Have at her.
fucking get it in.
Go
Yeah.
to town.
Yeah.
Pleasure town.
Anyone else looking to date anyone? I guess I can't answer no for everybody.
Yeah, if you're out there between the ages of 18 to 62, slide in. I'm not a womanizer like Ted here.
But he does
But
partially own a bowling alley.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a co-owner of a bowling alley that is pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Real question: is it a cop out if Lund takes a girl on a first date to the bowling alley?
No, if I owned a business, I would take
why would that
and
be a cop out?
best pizza in the city.
Yeah, but you're gonna take her for free stuff. Like you don't even care enough to like go somewhere that costs money.
No.
Garlic fingers.
He could have him like charge $300 for everything
Yeah.
and then look like a high roller.
Yeah, bring me the Dom Perignon.
Do you guys have that there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to check.
Okay, this is actually a good one. It's kind of in the same vein, but almost everyone can answer this, I think. What is the weirdest or pettiest reason you broke up with or ghosted someone?
I realized they looked like my brother after the first date, and then I couldn't kiss them and never talk to them again. Also, their roommate had 2 hairless cats, and it was weird.
That's all good. I've unmatched from many people on dating apps if they have a pet snake.
No. Oh, if you've got a pet snake, very interested in holding it. Not in a weird way.
Wait, so you are looking to date?
What? Yeah.
Wow.
No, I just really like snakes. My
Real snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just name your unit my pet snake.
No, I'm thinking like a corn snake or a ball python.
Okay, that's not what I was thinking.
We might get canceled. This whole reunion might not happen. Lund?
No, I don't think I have any petty
Nothing? Like
reasons why.
you don't even like I'll swipe left on someone if I don't like their name. 'Cause I'm like, I can't introduce you to my friends with that name.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to come back to me. I didn't realize we were talking about swiping too. I thought you meant just like breaking up.
No, or ghosted, like or whatever. Just saying nope.
Yeah, I'll pass for right now.
Ted, give us an example of a name that you've swiped left on.
No, I'm not gonna do that because you never know who's listening.
No, I think if she's too far away, she lives too far, it's just a deal breaker.
Sure.
Gas prices nowadays.
Walsh, have you had anything? I know you've been with your wife for so long.
Yeah, so like I mean, I'm probably speaking for Dustin as well, but it would be like grade 9 and the girl wanted to kiss me and I was just too scared, I was just at the hand holding stage, so it was like, get me out of here. I think Lund, I think you were kind
Moving
of there
too
at some
fast.
point. Yeah, way too
Yeah,
fast.
that's
So
fair.
that's my ghosting story.
Good riddance.
Yeah,
Over
we
on the
can. Hey,
couch?
for any of you ladies, we can talk about it at the 20-year Notre Dame reunion at the Gutter next year.
Yeah, get your tickets from Dustin Moore. Go ahead, Andrew. Name.
I'm drawing a blank. I've been with the same girl for 15 years. I honestly can't even. And then I was in a 3-year relationship prior to that one, so I have no idea.
Mine is similar to Ted's name stories. Back in my university days, you know how you go out to the club or the bar and you meet people and you really only know them by their first name. So I get this girl's number and I learn her last name, and I'm not going to say it, but it was slightly embarrassing and I ended things because of that.
What was her first name?
There's no way she's listening.
You're so close.
No, we're not. Yeah, no, we're not here for that. But okay, the last question, and I think again this could go anywhere, but I have an idea of who the consensus answer is going to be. Who is going to have the best 2024?
Erin, you having any more kids?
Not in 2024.
Okay.
And honestly, she could turn out to be a nightmare in the next year.
that's true.
So we can't guarantee anything there. But I also don't have to go back to work till August. So I will be very poor until then.
Neither does Lund.
Yeah.
So you and me are tied for the lead.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I think it's Lund. I think
Yeah.
Lund's going to have the best year
I think it's going to be the year of Lund.
because you're on mat leave without a kid to look
That's
after.
a lot of pressure.
I love my job. I'm super excited to go back when the time is right. But having been off work for 5 months, it is an incredible thing to have that kind of break. And I would think Lund take every advantage of the time that you can take off, because it doesn't happen very often, especially at our age. You work until you die now. So,
But not you.
yeah,
I'm going to Disney World.
Yes.
Woo! I'm going to do it.
You made that sound like a joke, but you actually are going to Disney World.
Going. I'm booked.
You sound so excited.
Woohoo!
I would concur with you guys. Like it's going to be Lund because I know he's got big things in his future. The world is his oyster, as they might say. And it all starts with Disney World.
Yeah, you guys, I think it's me too. I'm just assuming. You guys look pretty pathetic sitting on the couch right now.
2024 is the year.
I don't know if I want the whole year. I just want a couple months.
Well, it's going to be the winter of Lund for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're Lund employed.
Yeah.
You may or may not get fit. And
I might share this summer with somebody if they're having a good...
I'd just like to comment that I hope Ted wins the fitness challenge after that comment, Lund. You're dead to me now.
Fucking couch people.
You're so jealous that you're not comfortably reclined and relaxed right now. You're standing there because you broke your stool. I hope your legs get sore and your lower back hurts.
He got you there.
My lower back is a little sore. So.
A witch with a curse over there. I like it. What couch people are about.
Represent Erin.
Yeah.
as he's just crushing Bud Lights. Oh, we probably can't say it. Actually, Bud Light, if you guys want to sponsor
this is an
us,
unsponsored episode. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, yeah. But Bud Light, I know you guys went through a rough year too, Bud Light. So if you're looking for a podcast, we're open for discussion.
Yeah, we'll drink it.
Yeah.
All over?
Oh, so you misjudged.
Did we get that on record?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think we did. We did. Oh,
perfect.
I think we know how we're announcing the podcast. We got some news to spill.
So cold. This
That
is like
would feel
when
nice.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's awful.
Okay, that's out of the way, and Erin's going to dry off. It's just spilled water all over herself. But a lot has happened in Central Alberta to catch up on. We managed to keep fairly busy in the community, all separately and as a podcast, which was nice. But let's start with something that happened only a few days ago, which I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say is one of the best things that's happened to us as a podcast, at least in my opinion, and maybe me as a person. Not only will the Oh Dear podcast be presenting a concert at Bose for the very first time, which is really cool. We are presenting Wannabe, a Spice Girls tribute on April 25th, and I don't think I need to tell any of you that I am very excited.
We went, as a few of us, on a whim,
2019,
2019. And we thought, this will be fine. It was one of the best nights of my life.
Oh, you get choked up just talking about it.
It was one of the best
Are you
nights
pregnant again?
of my life.
If you didn't spill your water, you could have drank some and cleared your throat.
Don't start. No, I'm going to start.
And we decided to go back last year when they came through town again. And we had friends come from Calgary. We invited everyone we knew. And I thought, maybe it'll be okay. And it was the best night of my entire life. If you have not been to see Wannabe at Bose, it will change your existence. It is the most joyous, fun, amazing night that I have ever been to. And the fact that we get to be presenting sponsors is that what we are?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wasn't listening.
Okay, now you really are a part of this podcast. Yeah.
Now you get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This girl gets it. Yeah.
They put on an incredible show. It is a wonderful night, and get tickets as soon as they come out.
I really regret last year. I know you guys went and I just couldn't make it work that night. And I was disappointed. And you guys have said a lot of stories from that night. And
We got light up scrunchies.
I know. Like everything you told me, I'm just like, this is awesome. So I'm looking forward to it this year. I'm going to be there dancing hard.
Even Andrew said he's going to come. So, I mean, if Andrew can be there, you can be there, because this guy hates everything that's ever existed.
I mean, if we ever wanted to talk about a 20-year high school reunion.
That's the night. That's the night.
Yeah. And like Andrew, you should go, because you have to stand at the back though, so other people can see. This is a podcast. Andrew's tall.
There's no standing. It's all dancing. You dance where you want to dance, Andrew.
Well, no, I think I just like to post up and just.
I saw
send
you
the
last
vibe up.
year.
I mean, I danced quite a bit, but
Yeah.
I was standing.
When the Spice Girls sang
little bit.
directly to you.
I know. That was sick. That was so cool. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I think everyone's in. Mark it on your calendars. Tickets are already on sale by the time this podcast comes out. It's been a couple days. I know Last time they sold out pretty quick, so don't sit on this one. If you get tickets and for whatever reason you can't go, they'll be easy to sell. But don't wait. Head to bowsbar.com. Get your tickets while you can. And we are the only way you can win free tickets, which is pretty cool. I don't know why Bose gave us that power. So make sure you're following Oh Dear on social media for your chance to win. And I think we should reward people for listening to this episode. So right now, on a whim, at some point, we're going to give away 4 tickets. So you have to listen to this episode, I guess, or you can listen and then tell everyone else and they'll do it. Doesn't matter. But 4 tickets to someone we'll pick randomly. Slide into our DMs on Instagram or Facebook. So you have to follow us on social media. Give at least one of us a Spice Girls name. So like Andrew would be Salty Spice.
That's a fair statement.
You can't make Andrew the salty one when Kevin is clearly the salty one.
Well, yeah, I guess.
No, he's just talking about his beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, salt and pepper spice. Yeah, that's true, yeah. But either way, DM us. That's the easiest way. And give at least one of us a Spice Girls name. Like Lund can be Old Spice. You're not the oldest here, but I don't want to call out the oldest.
You smell
here.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Yeah. Or I don't know. You all figure it out. That's for you to decide. But on January 1st, we'll start off the new year. We'll pick a winner, but also we'll give away some other tickets on social media as well. But January 1st to enter. So there we go. That is very exciting. Thank you to Bose for letting us be a part of that. I think we were excited just to be able to go, but to actually be a part of bringing it to Red Deer is pretty excellent.
And can I just say, we're not like performing as Spice Girls. We're just presenting.
Yes.
There's a bit of a mix-up when we were told this, so...
No, yeah. Lund thought we were putting on a Spice Girls tribute show. You looked great in your costume.
Yeah. This words matter. That's like going forward. Let's be very specific about what we're doing.
Yeah, we are presenting. Again, they've been here a bunch of times. For me, Kevin, Strybosch, and Lund, this will be our 3rd time going. So that's very exciting.
And
I've also been.
Yeah. Did I not say Erin?
No.
I swear I said me, Erin, Lund, and Strybosch.
That's not at all what you said.
Okay.
Words matter, Ted.
I've been up since like 4:30.
Yeah,
okay.
fair.
Anyways, to clarify, Erin, myself, Lund, and Kevin will be going for our 3rd time. There we go. Some other big things that happened in the past year. Again, we talked about this earlier. I just want to thank everyone who came out to our listener appreciation party way back in January. We actually saw a surprising amount of people show up. They raised a bunch of money and food for the Red Deer Food Bank. The Clam Daggers put on a great show, too, if you're ever looking for a really good cover band. They were excellent. And most importantly, we watched Dustin chug a pint of milk, which was impressive and weird all at the same time. Then in April, this was cool. Again, we hadn't been a podcast for a couple months, but the Hideout approached us to do a feature of the month on their menu for a charity of choice. So we got to design a wrap that the podcast was over and it was a wrap. So we just called it That's a Wrap. And we were able to support the St. Pat's School Lunch Program, which was really cool because we talk about that for a second. Because Walsh, I think you were there with Dustin and I when we did the check presentation, and the principal there just took us through and showed their pantry and that. And it's incredible and disheartening just how many families depend on programs like that, but also amazing to see the work that I know a lot of schools do it, but just to see St. Pat's was pretty amazing.
So I had heard about the school lunch program before from St. Pat's, but it's a totally different thing when you actually go behind the scenes and see the scale of it, where to the point where there's kids whose families can't provide for them, where they come in and they literally give them a shopping basket and say, go around the room and pick out the food, because these kids are taking it home, making it themselves. It's awesome to see that the school is supporting the students, but it is disheartening to see that there's kids that live this way. So, I mean, the alternative is they don't get that support, and we know how that goes. It's not going to end well in the most cases. So it was really great to see. And the teachers and the principal that we talked with, like, they're very passionate about this. And I'm just really happy we were able to raise some funds for them. And so if anyone's ever looking for a good cause to donate to, they will take whatever you can give them.
Well, this is a weird segue now to go from something like that, but we do have to talk about the 10th anniversary of the Chubs, our annual guys golf trip, because you know what? I just think we foolishly chose to go to Phoenix in the middle of August. I was so grumpy about it. I thought it was the biggest waste of money. Like, it was in a record heat wave, but we got pretty lucky with the weather overall. And I had probably the best trip I've ever been on, but I had to point out, like Dustin said in his recap, recap that I didn't read. Still no gold jackets for the Oh Dear crew. Even I think we got 3 second place finishes though.
Like of all time?
Like between me, Walsh, and Strybosch have all finished second.
Suck it, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And Dustin's finished third a couple times. I
Like, to
think.
be fair, though, in that tournament, if you're not first, you're last.
Well, I don't know. If you're
Like-
second, you still win money.
Yeah, but
Nah.
who cares about money?
What have you gotten
I
out of the
want
tournament
respect.
except for like 1 hour of sleep on the last night every night?
I got memories, man.
Yeah.
I don't have all the memories, but I got some memories. I mean, this year was probably my favorite year, just because this is the first time there's 28 of us that took a plane from Calgary down to Phoenix,
And you didn't make it on the news at all,
No.
which I think is great.
Nobody died. Nobody went to the hospital. Nobody got arrested.
But no, I think it was our best trip by far too. And I think we renting this huge mansion basically just outside of Phoenix in Cave Creek. But what surprised me is, everyone is more mature, but we were surprised everyone was like cooking and cleaning and doing all of that too. Still misbehaving. I think I found out after how many people peed in the pool, and I took like 30
Yeah.
showers. I had no idea. I had no idea you guys were doing that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ted. I just can't believe there's people out there that would do that sort of stuff. I mean, grow up. And like what I've noticed too as we've aged, like a few years ago, everyone started getting heartburn. It was all like Tums and stuff. Now it's all prescription stuff.
You were the only one who
Yeah.
ever didn't go out though because of heartburn.
Wow, it was debilitating. And now I'm on the right meds, and I went out every night this time, so I was good. I would go back there in a heartbeat. But my favorite part of the whole trip is in Cave Creek,
Yeah.
Phoenix. There's this bar, and it's an outdoor bar, and it has this amateur bull riding where you could actually sign up if you did it in advance. We didn't know this. We thought we could just go there, hop on a bull, ride it, and high five. Turns out, no, they won't let you do it if you've been drinking. Turns out you need to like sign up like 2 weeks in advance and then probably have like some medical records or something. But it was very entertaining because there's probably about 30 or 40 riders, and only about 5 or 10 of them lasted the 8 seconds. And anytime somebody lasted 8 seconds, the entire crowd went wild. There's about 2,000 people there just going nuts if you survived the 8 seconds. So that was my probably favorite part of the trip.
I was going to say, anyone, if you go to Phoenix on a Friday night, go just outside. It's a half hour away. Cave Creek is the Buffalo Chip Saloon. I think the athlete had a lot of fun on the dance floor there.
That place is magical.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone dance to Taylor Swift harder in my whole life.
Like many of you have seen me dance. I think I set an all-time record for personal dancing that night.
And it was personal
And
dancing.
it was
too.
personal. But no, that place is awesome. Like in between the bull riding, they would have like a little intermission. So we would go down and they would just be doing line dancing in this, they called it the church. So that's what got me in, obviously.
Yeah.
God.
We had a lot of sins to atone for already. We were only halfway through the trip.
Yeah. And so I learned like 3 new line dances from, I don't know if they were locals or not, but people in the church. So I might be part of a cult now. I don't know. But it was awesome. And then you would just go back up to your seats and watch people get bucked off of bulls again.
I agree with you. It was an incredible place. The dance floor was like another level because they played Taylor Swift, like Our Song, which it's like a twangy country. It's not really a dance song. There was like 2,000 people in this dance floor screaming at the top of their lungs. It was.
And we were 28 of
else.
them. Yeah.
And this was last year. This is before Taylor Swift started dating Travis Kelce. So like she wasn't even that well known. And everyone in there was just bumping.
Yeah, he hadn't even put her on the map.
No, everyone was Shazamming. Like, who is this? This is a great song. No, I think, I mean, other than that, I had a great trip. That day wasn't the best day for me, though. I had the worst hangover of my life and then got hit by a golf ball. So, and London Strybosch had to play with me. I think I golfed okay, but I was just a miserable. I had like 30 cart naps.
Yeah, you weren't any fun to be around that morning at all.
It was really neat.
What, me getting hit by a golf ball?
Well, that was more than neat. That was pretty
By the
fucking awesome.
champion, too. That guy won.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, I had the mark of a champion on my back. Yeah. My favorite part, though, is I'm laying on the ground in pain, and Lund goes, "Oh man, his day was bad enough already."
Why do you have to hit that guy? The one guy you don't
But
want
I think
hit.
I was sitting in the cart sleeping, so I was hunched over. And if I was sitting up straight, I think the ball would have hit me in the back of the head. So that hangover saved my life. So everyone drink a lot. Be hungover. Alcohol poisoning. I'm not saying that.
Alcohol poisoning.
No, don't get alcohol. Just drink the right amount to be very hungover, but then carry on with your life.
I had a lot of fun parts of that trip, but for me, the coolest part was our last day. We got to play TPC Scottsdale, which is the course that they play on the PGA for the Waste Management Open, which is a big party tournament. So that was really cool, just getting to play a PGA course. I mean, I think we got a pretty good deal on it. It was still over $200 US, I think, a guy. So
Canadian, yeah.
Yeah,
Canadian,
so like
guys.
not cheap, but it could have been a lot worse. And I don't think I'd ever go there to necessarily play that course, but it's really awesome just to play it with a lot of my close buddies. And
Well, and you
get to
won
see what it's like.
$250 for having the biggest improvement in the standings. Everyone else got to be vulgar. Everyone else got butt fucked by that course, honestly. What we were all high 90s, whatever, and Walsh moved up like from 27th to
Yeah, I was
4th or 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to bring it up, but if you want to talk about it, I was second last going into that last day, and it was really, I'd say it was a team effort on my first 2 scramble days by all of us to be so shitty. But for some reason, that last day, I just turned it on. So shot my handicap and moved up, I think, to 4th place.
Yeah, it's into the money.
Yeah. And the reason I also wanted to bring up the Chubs is just a shout out because we just had our Wine Survivor fundraiser that we do every year and raised almost $10,000 doing that alone. So thank you to our whole Chubs network and pretty much everyone that we know, because we had almost 500 people go into that, and we were able to do, I think, $2,000 each to 4 different charities. I know the Food Bank, the Red Deer Christmas Bureau, the Outreach Center, and I think the Gifts for Grandparents program, and support some people's Movembers, including the athletes. So again, just to all the Chubs people out there and everyone who supports, good job. And Lundy, I know we got our loser pool coming up right away.
Yep.
You don't want to sell it, or?
No, I'll email people. But
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll talk about some actual podcast stuff again, because in our off time, we formed a bit of an ongoing partnership with the Red Deer Chamber of Commerce. Again, a big reason why we're kind of started up again, but we got to do a couple of really cool events with them, starting with the Chamber Chase in September that Lund, Dustin, and I kind of got to take part in. We did a couple events, made a video of it, but just really quick, Lund, again, just that's just something I think the Chamber of Commerce, we found doing that. A great event that a lot of people probably don't know about, that I know you want to turn into like a big party next year.
yeah, I mean that's kind of my dream for every type of event, to be honest. But they had a really good turnout. I think they had over 100 people come out. And for anybody that doesn't know what the Chamber Chase is, it's kind of like the Amazing Race, but just for Red Deer and Red Deer businesses. So you get to go check out all these different businesses that you may or may not have been to before. And when you're there, you have to complete a task, whether it be making a cinnamon bun, learning how to dance. Those are 2 of the things that we got to do, or just like learning about the business and getting your card stamped. So it is a race. So there was lots of...
Someone fell in the first 4 seconds. Right?
Yeah, I think there was some blood on the ground too.
Yeah, I think Lund pushed her.
Yeah. Hey, it is a race. Anything goes.
So you just wanted good footage.
But no, I think they can easily grow this to like double or triple or quadruple the amount of people, because the number of business, there's only 15 stops this year. Red Deer probably has over like 1,000 businesses you could go to.
Definitely more than 15.
So it's easy to get the businesses involved. They just have to get the word out, because I think it's a very fun night. It's very easy. All you need is a vehicle to get you around, or I guess you could take a cab or an Uber.
Scooters.
Yeah, scooters.
That was one of the events, actually, was
Yeah.
going on some scooter rides, which you should have seen me, Aaron. I was cruising.
Oh, I saw the video.
Yeah.
Then you know.
You were great.
You know.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff, it's obviously fun for us to do. In October, too, Lund, you and I got to return to the Business of the Year Awards. The year before, we interviewed the winners, but recorded in this like back room way far away from the stage. This year, they didn't quite let us in the main room this year, but we got to do backstage interviews live on video, which I know for you was a whole new experience.
Yeah, we upgraded the hallway this year. I mean, maybe next year we'll get on stage, but it was a blast again. We got to tell some jokes, lighten the mood a little bit, meet all these fantastic business owners, and just see the sheer amount of joy they got from winning, for all the hard work that they put into their business throughout the year. So, yeah, I was thrilled to do it again. It was doing it live. It is a little bit more pressure, but at the same time, it's no big deal if you screw up. So,
Yeah. No, I think you were a great person to do that with, just because I know you were. I was nervous
screwed
too.
Up, yeah.
But it's you have a great mix of confidence, but also not giving a shit, and not that like you don't care about doing a good job, but you're up there and you don't really worry about if people think you're going to do a good job or not. You just do it, and I thought you did a great job, and I think doing it added a really cool new element to the awards this year, and now you know the thrill of performing live.
I mean, yeah, I knew that thrill beforehand.
Yeah, but on video, like
What else
like
have you performed live?
We had our live show.
Yeah, but besides that,
a live show is a lot different than doing like an awards show or Business of the Year awards live. I thought it was really weird, but also fun, like being off the stage. We kind of had a monitor so we could hear if we made a really good joke, we could hear some laughs. But otherwise, we had no idea if our jokes landed or not. I got to make 2 vasectomy jokes, which was pretty great.
Nice. That's
what I went to school for.
That was the trickiest part, like telling a joke and then not knowing if it lands or not, because you're like, oh, that one's funny, but I couldn't quite hear any laughter. And then we learned after the award show, and we were having a couple cocktails with all the guests.
We were pretty fucking funny.
We learned that they did land, and it was like a big relief. Like, okay, thank God. So I had a lot of fun. I would do it again, and yeah, hopefully they invite us back in the future. Yeah. Although hopefully I'm going to be on the nominees list this year.
Oh, for New Business of the Year. I hope that you are a nominee for New Business of the Year and also doing live backstage interviews. Not that I want to wish that you guys don't win, but I would love it if you guys didn't win and then you had to interview the winner.
Yeah. Oh, I would have some questions. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about, this is going long, but that's okay. People can stop listening anytime they want. I want to talk about a wild adventure that, well, again, this crew almost seems to be doing everything. The athlete, Lund, Erin, and I had another interesting night at Bo's a few weeks ago. We accidentally attended a cult meeting. We went to, Bo's Bar and Stage. Bo's Bar and Stage always has great concerts, but also some unique events. And they had this Taylor Swift dance party, which was literally just a DJ playing Taylor Swift songs all night and all the Swifties dancing to it and feeling their feelings. But we went to it, and I mean, I loved it. It was weird, but I loved it.
Yeah, I don't want to like raise the ire of any Swifties here. It was a great night. For those of us of a certain age, if you have been to a Much Music dance party in your youth at your school, it was same vibes, and it was a ton of fun and just a really great crowd. And Taylor Swift, love her. She's great.
She's got range.
She's got range, but it was like there were some Swifties there. They felt the way about Taylor Swift that we feel about Wannabe.
Yeah. Well, and like they played that 15-minute version of what's the song? All Too Well. And I was like, right after Shake It Off. So I was like, oh man, I was in a dancing mood. Everyone's going to hate this. And 200 girls on the dance floor just feeling their feelings.
Yeah.
Singing that song for 15 minutes.
And Kevin.
Yeah.
The
Kevin,
athlete.
you know what, Kevin? The best part is we weren't trying to dance with women, but anytime we went on the dance floor, it's like some shows, like, oh, these guys are dancing to Taylor Swift, like, or whatever. Like, let's dance with them. No one wanted anything to do with us. They were all there, and we respect. So I had a great night dancing with Kevin and Lund, especially Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin really enjoyed it.
I just love dancing.
Yeah. What did you think? Well, let's get a young guy's perspective, because we only brought you on this podcast to capture that younger audience. So, Uncle Meat, what did you think about that night?
I think it was a blast. Like, it was a lot of fun. I did think it was slightly hilarious that like that DJ's job is to just go tour around Canada and press play on Taylor Swift songs.
It's a life hack.
It's actually like impressive that he gets gigs just going around and playing Taylor Swift songs. And these girls were like beyond in love with every song that he played. It was incredible. And he would just play the song start to finish, and they would just go nuts, and they knew every word. I thought I was...
Whoa. Oh, that's a $10 fine, Riley.
Oh, now we have to start from the beginning.
I would have considered myself a Swiftie until I went to that party, and I realized I am nowhere even close. I'm more of a Travis Kelce than I am a Swiftie. But it was still a ton of fun. Like Ted said, we got on the dance floor. The women were almost like pushing us away, and like we were very non-threatening. We were very much there for Taylor, just as much,
you think.
Just as much as they were.
Shirt.
Just as much as they were. but it was still a ton of fun. And anytime we go to Bose, it just seems to be a blast anyways.
And you know what? And I didn't realize how many words I knew to Taylor Swift songs. But I mean, it was my workout playlist because I agreed to do a Taylor Swift Name That Tune at the Gutter, which was very brave and foolish of me, but I made it through that alive. But so I don't know. I fucking love Taylor Swift. I'm just going to say it. But
you had me at Much Music Video Dance.
Yeah.
So maybe I feel like maybe we should try to throw one of those, like just a 90s boy band type of night. I think that would be pretty fun. The last thing, though, I want to quickly talk about, and Dustin did this with me. He's obviously not here to talk about it, but we doing the Business of the Year Awards and the Chamber Chase. We actually got to meet the people, Christy at Sunterra Market and Bauer Place there. And she invited Dustin and I to this Soup Sisters event, the launch of it, which is basically something that's been going on. Started maybe in Calgary, kind of goes on all over Canada, but you go, it's like a cooking class. You pay to go, you have a couple glasses of wine, you have appetizers. There's 24 people. You make soup. So that's the cooking class part of it. And then you have dinner, but the soup actually all gets donated to a local shelter or that. So what we did for this launch, it went to Safe Harbor Society. So really cool night. We were there, like the mayor was there, Red Deer Eats was there, our very own local gossip girl. So we didn't know what the hell we were doing there, but we were very happy to get to try it out. And yeah, make sure you look it up. You can find the information. I think Soup Sisters has a website. I think it's $80, I think. So for a standard cooking class, it's like 2-3 hours. You get a couple glasses of wine, the food, and it's really cool. Like the chefs that are there, the time they take even before to prep, but then they do it all with you. It's a really, really fun night. Find a group of 24 people and book it. I think our Chubbs group is going to try and do that. So just wanted to give a shout out to Sunterra and Soup Sisters because that was a pretty neat event. And I know Lund, it's like one of the rare things you actually couldn't make it to. Your attendance is usually pretty impeccable.
Yeah, no, I'm mad I missed that. I planned to go. I was gonna go, and then I got invited to go to Banff to go see my sister's new place up there. So tough choice. I think I would have had fun either way. So next time that opportunity arises, I'm gonna be all over it.
All right, and last thing that happened, I know, well, boy, would have been a problem if I was at this. So Walsh is gonna talk about a cool event that happens every year in Red Deer too. It's back. I think this was a second year back after COVID, just like pretty much everything. But Walsh, talk about your very nice evening that you had during the Festival of Trees. What? I can't
What's
tee
so
it up in
funny
a
about
nice
that?
way? Grow up.
I didn't know where you were going with that when you said you couldn't talk about this. So me and Dustin and a couple of our good buddies, we were able to take our young daughters to Mistletoe Magic, which is part of the Festival of Trees, one of the nights they put on. I had heard about it before, kind of pre-COVID. My kids were a little young, but now obviously, things are much different. So this was the second year back, like you had said, Ted. And from what I heard, I think last year was maybe a little bit lower scale. And I think this year the attendance was back. And I mean, I was very impressed. Great night, great food, just great atmosphere. DJ, our girls all had a blast. They ranged from like 4 years old to 9 or 10 that we had at our table, and they're dancing all night. They could run around, do their own thing. They saw their friends from school. Like, it was great as a dad. Like, sometimes you're just hanging out at the table, you're having a beer and you're hanging out with your buddies. And lots of times we're on the dance floor with our kids, having a great time. So it was packed. There was a ton of raffle prizes. All the money goes for a great cause to Red Deer Hospital and the equipment that they need. So I was there with, I think, 5 or 6 of our buddies, and kind of, later that night in the group text, everyone was like, yep, this is something we're going to do for the next 20 years. So I told my kids, hey, I hope that when you're 30 years old, like, I still want to come here with you.
Does anyone like any like grown adults go there with their dad?
Oh, absolutely.
Really? Oh, cool.
Like, not a ton, but definitely you could tell, there's some 65-year-old guys with, a 35-year-old daughter that's there with them. And
you're sure it's not their dates?
Well, I think so.
Tradition.
Yeah, I know. That
would be a weird place
I made
to
a
take
gross
date,
joke
Ted.
about a very nice thing. I should have, Lund, you were going to do it too. I should have let you.
No,
He wouldn't touch that.
I didn't say anything.
So, yeah, I mean, if you haven't done it, you've probably heard about it. Ticket price is well worth it. It's all for a good cause. If you have a daughter, no matter what their age, check it out.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to cap up. I guess that's literally everything that happened in the entire year. We didn't miss a single thing. No, that was still a lot to cover, but and we're into Christmas time now too. So I think this comes out on December 11th. So still some time if you listen right away. I think a lot of cool things we always talk about too going on in Red Deer. I know the downtown, right across from us, the Ross Street patio is lit up real nice. Downtown, by City Hall, is lit up. I know. What else do you do? I know, with kids, what else is there to do Christmas wise?
City Hall lights are big, always worth at least one night a year.
There are some great calendars that tell you what's going on in the city as well, and some of the events going on at different malls and that sort of thing. So if you're looking to get into the Christmas spirit, which this year I'm kind of, with this being our daughter's first Christmas, we're a little more excited about Christmas than we have been in the past. There are lots of really cool things that are going on in the city. So a quick Google will show you that, there's some really fun ways to get involved in the holiday season.
And you don't even have to take her to any of it. You can just tell her you did when she's older. She's not going to know. So, that's good. That's good to know that. I guess we probably should have looked up one of those calendars and been a little more helpful. But in the spirit of Christmas, now that we're done our walk down memory lane, which was a lot. So if by some miracle you're still listening, I think we're going to wrap things up the way we do always on the podcast. In the past, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And even though our podcast sucks, we're not fixing it anyways. So we're going to do a little bit of friendly competition. And because it's the 3-year anniversary of Oh Dear, we're going to play our favorite game, Netflix or nonsense, prime or pretend, whatever you want to call it. But again, with it being the holiday season, we're going to do a special Yuletide version. So coworker Erin is going to lead us through a rousing game of Christmas or crap.
Oh.
Working title.
Okay, that was not shared with me.
No, I just made it up right now.
Is
it basically prime or pretend?
Yeah, it's prime or
okay,
pretend.
we'll go prime or pretend.
Well, and what are we playing for? What's this?
So we usually we have something on the line. So how about whoever wins gets 2 free beers from everyone else at the Spice Girls show?
Oy.
So that's basically a night.
I like
night
that.
of
I like
drinking.
that. Yeah.
And the winner should share a couple with Erin for running the game, but that's up to them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, Erin, run us through an all-new era of Prime or Pretend. Yuletide edition.
Owning her own plane is all charter pilot Zoe Hathaway's ever dreamed of. So when she inherits a struggling reindeer farm with unruly reindeer and one dangerously attractive ranch hand, Zoe's well-crafted plans seem to fly out the window. The movie, Northern Lights of Christmas.
Zoe's going to get it, whether this is a real movie or not.
This is Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher.
Oh,
Is her name Mila?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Mila.
Wait, did you just give away the answer to everybody?
Oh, my God.
Oh, you don't. I thought you actually
Just in my head, that's what I
Oh, in
pictured.
your head. Okay, yeah.
Pretend.
That's a real movie.
Oh.
I knew it sounded
So
too
Ted
good.
and Andrew. Okay.
Successful marketing executive Sadie is the daughter of the owners of a traditional chocolate store in small-town America. She decides to spend Christmas back at her hometown and discovers that her parents are planning to sell the store and jeopardize her childhood dreams of inheriting it.
Oh, no.
Sadie is entrusted to teach the new owner the mysteries of chocolate. The movie, Chocolate-Covered Christmas.
It's very believable.
Yeah. Prime.
Pretend.
Real movie.
No! All right. I gotta switch
Is that just me this time?
I think so.
All right. 21000.
Sounded too fake.
Yeah.
After a massive Seattle rainstorm leaves Chrisabel Cookie stranded for the holidays, she
You lost the audience.
she takes the biggest risk of her life, leaving the airport with a hunky man in possession of the last umbrella in the city. Over the course of one weekend, Chrisabel learns that in order to fall in love, you have to be willing to get a little wet. The movie, When It Rains, It's Christmas.
Is this Pornhub or Pretend?
Hallmark After Hours. Yeah.
Lund's like, I seen this movie.
Yeah, that's an extra $9.99 a month. We get that channel.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretend.
That is Pretend.
Oh, thank God.
Did everyone get that one?
Yeah.
So 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. That was that one. The wet and the rains. It had Erin written all over. I think I would watch that movie though.
What was that first name of the guy when we made that?
Christabel Cookie.
No. When we made the first.
Beefer.
Oh.
Is Beefer in any of these movies?
No.
That guy's a podcast legend.
In this romantic comedy, a small-town teacher is on her way to the city for her wedding when a blizzard strikes and she's snowed in. An unlikely adventure with a lumberjack leaves her questioning her future wedding plans. The movie, A Frosty Affair.
Nothing says Christmas like adultery. Or possible adultery, I guess we don't know.
Pretend.
Prime.
Oh, why do I keep saying pretend?
So did you three get that one?
As I have said almost every time we play this game, there are a lot of batshit insane movies that get made.
We should make a movie.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's finish this podcast first.
We're
Make
gonna
it into a movie, yeah.
Michelle and Tom both hate Christmas music, but the record label they work for assigns them to write a brand new Christmas hit. Sparks fly as the two make music and gradually fall in love with each other and Christmas. The movie, A Christmas Song.
Oof, that's a good title. Prime.
Pretend.
Okay, so what do we got? I'm at 3, Lund's at 1,
2.
and 2.
Oh.
Okay.
When Julie Wilson, an accomplished pastry chef from Chicago, heads to a small...
This guy.
Is this your first podcast?
Not so funny when it happens to you, eh, Riley?
Yeah.
Were you falling asleep?
Fair.
Everyone else listening to this podcast is, so it's okay.
All right, I had her name wrong anyways.
I
When Julia Wilson, an accomplished pastry chef from Chicago, heads to a small town bakery famous for their gingerbread to complete her Christmas cookbook curated with recipes from across the country, she finds herself at odds with Chris Thompson, the bakery's charming but private owner, who's ambivalent about sharing his secret recipe. Sorry, that was all one sentence. The movie, Baking All the Way.
So is it Julie or Julia?
It's Julia.
Okay, that changes my answer.
Prime.
Prime.
Yes.
They're responsible for that run-on sentence.
I gave you more credit for your writing skills.
Yeah, thank you.
On that one. So Walsh and Lund at 2. The couch people are both at 3, and I'm at 4. Okay.
All right, number 7. When a young architect enters a contest to design a life-size gingerbread house, she teams up with a local chef who teaches her that a home for the holidays is where your heart is.
Mhm.
The movie, A Gingerbread Romance.
Pretend.
Real movie.
No.
Anyone on the couch get it?
No.
So I got a commanding lead.
Hmm.
So what, we got 3 questions left,
Yep,
and it's 2, 2, 3, 3, 5.
it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
When Rudolph kicks Santa Claus on Christmas Eve and knocks him out cold, elves Sugar Plum and Sparky must deliver presents to every child in the world over the course of one night. Will 12 hours be enough time for 2 amateurs to save Christmas and fall in love? The movie, Dashing Through Christmas.
This
This
sounds
R-rated
like a-
elf movie?
This sounds like a great movie.
Pretend.
It is Pretend.
Everyone get it?
All right.
Sugar Plum and Sparky. It's good names, though.
During a weekend trip to the mountains, Mary finds herself at the now run-down lodge where she spent the holidays with her family growing up. She becomes determined to restore the building to its former glory. Inspired by her grandfather and guided by her grandmother in heaven, Mary throws herself into the project. The movie, The Christmas Lodge.
Prime.
Real movie.
So 7, 5, 4, 3, 3.
All right. You're the winner.
Yeah. How many? Is one
We
left?
got
2
one more
left?
for fun.
Yeah.
A boy fuck.
Hold on.
Pretend.
Whoa.
Pretend. Pretend.
Now that has to stay in.
A boy befriends a litter of homeless golden retrievers. Together, they help stop a bank robbery just in time for Christmas. The movie, Golden Winter.
Prime.
Prime.
Real movie.
Oh.
Real
The
movie.
title made no sense. That's how I knew it was real.
All right. So 3
You're
drinks
the
for
winner.
Ted.
Hey.
Woohoo.
And plus, I got a whole lot of Christmas movies to watch because some of those real ones sounded real good.
That's
To be fair, some of them require a subscription on Prime to a different service, but they are all real
What, do you
movies.
work for Amazon Prime?
I want to be clear.
I don't want to be sued
Hey,
again,
Amazon
man.
Prime, if you're listening, we'll take some free subscriptions for selling your product. So, okay, thank you, coworker Erin. That is it, basically, for our special 3-year anniversary reunion episode of Oh Dear. welcome back episode, whatever you want to call it. Thank you, as always, to our presenting sponsor, Bo's Bar and Stage, for remaining on board with us for this, attempt at a comeback. I don't know if we can call it that or not. But of course, again, to Riley for having us here at Communal Creative Studios again, even though he was distracting as fuck tonight. I guess we'll end this off, though, like we always do, with everyone's final thoughts. And you know what? Let's start with the couch people.
It's good to be back on the couch. I think my ass print is still imprinted from when I was here before, and it was great to sit and have a few beers with you guys tonight.
But your ass is smaller and tighter now, though, right?
It's definitely
you got in
firmer.
shape, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I felt it. It is. Try it.
Well, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to be here.
So polite.
My ass print was not on this couch before. Well, maybe a long time ago, but it's probably gone by now. And it's probably the same size as it was back then. So,
But now it's a marathon ass.
that's true.
That ass
is
doesn't
true.
quit. Walsh, how's your ass doing?
It's tight.
Hey, Lund's broke a stool. Is that your final thought?
No, my final thought is it's great to be back. I had a lot of fun, and looking forward to hear people's feedback, whether they want us here or not. Any negative comments you can post on Ryan Lund's MySpace page.
Yeah, they need stronger stools here. That's my final thought.
Happy to be back. This is going to be terrible for Ted and great for the rest of us. So yay, friendship.
Yeah, I could not agree with that more. But everyone, it's probably terrible for everyone listening too. But thank you for all of you for taking the time to get together tonight. It's not easy to get as many people together at the same time as we found out, but we almost did it. We did what we can. I know Dustin will be here the next time he can, and we're looking forward to that. It really was great to do this again, and I may change my tune on this a couple episodes in, but I am very excited for the Oh Dear podcast to be back in business again. Thank you so much for tuning in, even after a year. I know we got somehow even less relevant than we were before, but we appreciate everyone who's continued to support us even when we weren't doing a podcast, and thank you for tuning in again. For Ryan Lund, Kevin Walsh, the athlete, coworker Erin, and Andrew Russell, I'm Ted Emmett. Thank you so much for tuning back into the Oh Dear podcast. Have a safe and happy holiday season, a very happy new year, and we'll see you again in January.
See ya.